Okay, YouTubers, here we go again. Projects out projects. Project day. Now, I know it's not hobby farm stuff, not Farmall 806 toy tractor, any of that. Today is building repair stuff. Maintenance, building maintenance. Now, as you can tell, we're going to do weather stripping on my overhead door here. Now, went to the lumber yard, hardware store, whatever you want to call it, and I've got the material to replace that weather stripping, and so in the process we'll do that. It'll be the usual. Here it is. But anyway, if you stick around, great, but just something to show you, keep you going. And as you can tell, yes, big dumb animal, I have bumped the building a time or two going in the doorways. You know, you get a little tight. And one thing I didn't like, when this building was built back in '02, I never did really like the way, where are we at? The way the guy did this top weather strip. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but he did it in about 3 pieces. I think he was just using 8-foot strips because this is a 18-foot door. I have purchased 16-foot long pieces of weather stripping for the door, so it will just be a solid piece and then probably a 2-foot piece on that end. But anyway, that's the plan. But yeah, as you can tell right here, right in there, that area, I think I can't see clear on the camera, but where I bumped the building, backing stuff in, loaders and whatever. But my worst door is actually this one over here. It's on the, that door is on the south side. This door here is on my west side. The reason why I put it on the west side is I didn't want it facing the road so people could see right into the shop. Unfortunately, you got to deal with the weather part then. But anyway, yeah, this door here, that strip there is just wore out from the weather, of course, like it is. You know, I said the building's built in '02, so 18 years later, the strip gets some wear on it. And it is a solid strip across the top, so he must use 12-foot strips. This is a 12-foot door, and unfortunately, that right in there, well, I missed the doorway with the tractor and caught toy tractor, and I caught the bucket on a strip of that, I believe, and ripped it. But anyway, that's today's project that I'll show you a little bit of. Maybe we've killed 3 minutes, but just something to show you on there as we go. And one other thing, yeah, my science experiment out here, it ain't going that well. I'm still getting more, that milt's still coming back, so I'm half tempted just to, I'm real tempted to work this thing up, even though it is September, middle of September. I should have done this in August, but anyway, I may end up working. And as you can tell, hey, I had a fire of my own. Yeah, I had that big brush pile from the hedgerow I took out, and everything was green enough in the area, and the winds were down, so I felt safe enough, and I stayed on top of it, so I lit that thing on fire and that burned up. So now I do just clean the little root ball mess up and all that, and we'll go from there. One more quick thing. I know I'm taking a detour. I'm detouring from the original concept of the thing, because I can't remember if I told you this or not. I can't remember if I told you or not, but anyway. Hopefully it's in the picture. We're on my neighbor's property, kind of to the center of the screen, perhaps, if I can point to it. I can't really see on the camera. That old well pump out there. If you remember back a few videos back, the water was even at the top of that old dug well. I can't remember if I told you or not, but I did walk out there and measure that. From the top of that well top to the ground is about 16 to 17 inches. So yes, the water had backed up on my neighbor's property, and it was almost 16 to 17 inches deep out across there. And of course, backs up off him over onto me, and then I have a wet spot. And I got another pile here to clean up sometime. Maybe I thought I'd just throw that in there and take it for what you want. But anyway, yeah, let me stop here and I'll get going, and maybe I'll try and show you some more, but hang in there. I'll be right back. Okay, YouTubers, here's an idea of what tools, materials you need to do this door project for the overhead doors. Of course, I'm thinking for this 18 wide by 8 tall overhead door, weather stripping, I got 3 strips 16 foot long, so I'll cut and fit them accordingly. To do the work, I've got a step stool, tape measure, pencil, hacksaw, pry bar, driver, impact driver for the. So I'll use these screws here. They are a 8 by 2, so they're size 8, 2 inches long. T10 screws to hold those on, because the guy that installed the trim to originally the building was put up, can't even talk. Anyway, when the building was put up, the guy just used little finish type nails. And as the weather has expanded and contracted over the last 18 years, they're starting to work loose, come loose, and the stripping, the vinyl stripping is starting to fall off of them. And of course, that doesn't help when I've tapped or hit them with vehicles or whatever, backing in, just trying to back in tight for whatever reasons. As you can tell, it's like a puzzle in here sometimes. But anyway, there's an idea what I'm going to use tool-wise, step stool and all that, and we'll go from there. So yeah, give me a few minutes, and I'll on my end, I'll show you from there what we got going on. So hang in there. Thank you. And for those of you that are curious, here's what the door frame looks like without the weather stripping on it. Just a quick snip there. We'll keep going. Okay, YouTubers, here we go. We're reinstalling. You can see very well or not, but those little headed screws, they work just about right. They just, you know, where they just set in. And so I've got the 2 side ones done, vertical ones, and one more thing. Because this concrete, a lot of you know, a lot of you don't. I don't know what you know, what you do, what you don't know. But the thing to remember is the ground, as it freezes and thaws, it moves. It will raise the concrete when it freezes and then lower when it thaws. So I left about probably a 1/4 inch or roughly a little better gap at the bottom of this vertical piece to give that concrete room to raise, so it wouldn't buckle it out and mess it up any worse than what's going to happen anyway. Same for this side over here. Poured it, or cut it just a little bit short where I'm pointing at, but cut it just a little bit short of the concrete. Give that concrete room to raise and fall, like everything else. And of course, this building is a 40 wide by 60 long, so they done 2 pours. Got one slab of concrete 20 foot long solid, and another solid 20 foot concrete here on number 2. And they raise and they fall over time as the ground freezes and thaws. So maybe until I get my butt back to work, and I'll show you the finished project here in a little bit on my end, a few seconds on your end, but hang in there. Thank you. Okay, YouTubers, and there is my completed door. I'll just show you the small one. You can see both of them, but As you can tell, the wither stripping's up there tighter all the way around the door now. So now I shouldn't have any trouble with snow blowing in near like I did in the past. So now that this job's done, I can go find another project to do. Hopefully not a honeydew list project. But anyway, those of you who've kept on watching all the way through this, thank you, appreciate it. For those of you that have hit the subscribe button, I really appreciate that. It's always great when you guys hit that. You do have me over 400 subscribers now, and all that. But as always, please comment, rate, and of course subscribe. And I'm gonna get out here and go on to something else. So take care, stay safe, and catch you on the next one.